Welcome. In this lesson, we are going to look at how to enqueue JavaScript in a WordPress plugin, and this will include loading JavaScript both in the admin area as well as on the front end. Now, if we come down and activate our enqueue.js plugin, we will see a very annoying pop-up that says plugin.js loaded. And in fact, if we go to any page in the admin area, before that page loads, we see this alert pop up. And this, of course, is something we would not want to do in any real plugin, but it does show us that our JavaScript is loading. We could also come over onto the front end of the site, and if I click on any pages, we'll also see a message popping up there saying plugin front end JavaScript is loaded. So we know that we have this JavaScript loading on every page. Let's take a look at the code to see how we're doing that. Okay, so if I come into my plugin code, we could see that we are setting up the same plugin URL as before. We're including our styles, and now we have a scripts file as well that is enqueuing our plugin JavaScript. So if I come into my includes folder, you could see how we're starting to see a bit of an architecture here. We have our menus broken out, our scripts, our styles. Otherwise, they would all be in our main plugin file, and we do want to avoid that. So we come into our scripts, and this is going to be very similar to what we saw with our styles. We're going to load all of our JavaScript by hooking into admin enqueue scripts, and we're going to load all of our front-end JavaScript by hooking into WP enqueue scripts. So we use the plugin URL, we give it a name. WordPress will automatically put JS at the end, so you don't have to do that. It'll distinguish between CSS for you. So we just say this is our plugin admin code. You might need to name that differently if you have multiple things. And we're going to say go into our admin folder, go into our JS folder, and you could see now we have our CSS and our JS broken out. Again, you may use a different architecture, in which case you would just need to change these file paths to match what you're working with. And then if we go into this file, it's just an alert message saying the plugin.js has loaded. And if we look on the front end, we're going in via the same sort of path and architecture here. And this is saying front-end JavaScript loaded. So obviously you would want to do something else with your JavaScript once you have it loaded, but once you have it loaded, you should be able to do whatever it is you need. So I would suggest go ahead and playing around with this. You might want to change the JavaScript that you have. Notice we are in this one enqueuing jQuery before, making that a dependency, so all those same rules apply of being able to call in any of the WordPress libraries or other scripts and make sure that yours loads after them. And make sure that you get comfortable playing around with all of that. Once you do that, in the next lesson, we will look at how to only load your JavaScript or styles on certain pages, because it's probably likely that you only want to load admin JavaScript maybe on your specific plugin page, or maybe just on the front end on certain pages and things like that. So we'll wrap up our kind of enqueuing lessons there in the next video, going over how to conditionally enqueue things.